Hello and welcome back. So, Lara Croft is apparently a colonizer now, and all of this stuff is going down, and we need to talk about it because Tomb Raider is something very close to my heart in a way that I will never be able to put into words, and you don't know what this character and these games mean to me. If you're interested in anything, uncensored content, or exclusive access to my book as I'm writing it in audio form, feel free to become a member or join my Patreon because we're doing stuff in those frames that I think you guys might enjoy. Don't feel you have to. And I have a second channel which is just vlogs and commentary, which will also be in my link tree. So hi, Tomb Raider. I have been here since the beginning. One of the first 3D games I ever played was Tomb Raider on the Sega Saturn. So I'm that old. So, hi. I was like 8 and I loved it. I will say that. And I have played pretty much every Tomb Raider game to ever come out, for the better and worse, and I have some strong opinions about them. So let's lay it out. Crystal Dynamics are stripping Lara Croft of her archaeology, finding ancient tombs and tomb raiding, and making her a finder of truth. So are they going down these weird conspiracy theory Da Vinci stories, or are they going to go just strip her of that because, apparently she's an ist now? That's a thing that seems to be going around, and it just frustrates me because these people don't understand Tomb Raider. That is a thing. What is Tomb Raider? What do I want from Tomb Raider? I want a cohesive storyline that's a little bit fantasy and a little bit science fiction, and there's nothing wrong with a conspiracy theory here. I want big set pieces and ancient tombs and the middle of nowhere alone. And I want puzzles that make the Tomb Raider game what it is. The Tomb Raider puzzle system is quite spectacular, and some of those puzzles, play Tomb Raider Last Revelation, still haunt my dreams in the best and worst way possibles of frustration and joy. I mean, what don't I want? I don't want Lara Croft running around with a bow and arrow in a simulated duck and cover shooter that feels like an Uncharted clone, crying for Jonah. I'm I'm so sick of the survival Lara. I absolutely detest her. I cannot stand her character. Lara Croft has always had a very strong agency within her story. In the original games, excluding handhelds and things and all of this stuff, but in the original games, Lara Croft was seeking adventure and finding mystery and exploring these things. Only play for sport. I think we remember that line, don't we? Or am I just old? In the Legends trilogy, yes, it was about her father and her mother and her family, but she was the one seeking it. She wasn't pulled into it. And there is a difference. In the survival trilogy, Lara seems to be just pulled in to the story. Yes, she goes seeking it in the 2 and 3 of that trilogy, but she's just pulled in. The story seems superfluous, and it's frustrating. Because, A, the gameplay is... I cannot stand that gameplay. I also hate the RPG elements. That is a thing. I don't want RPG elements. I don't want crafting bows and arrows. I just want big set pieces and puzzles and great forgotten cities and underground tombs and darkness. Desperately looking for a flare to figure out where do I put this gear. And I think that's the thing that frustrates me. As someone that's been here from the beginning, the sort of destruction of Lara Croft, there is a whole thing, she's a colonial past of Lara Croft, or, she's, those games are like that stupid content warning at the start of the remastered collection. I'm glad I bought that game, but dear God, we are not children. Stop talking to us like children. When you have groups like these consultancy groups who shall remain nameless kind of interfering in gaming, and you have, Western gaming is so scared of offending everybody that women must be reduced to ugly marshmallow people. Let's be honest with some of the things, like Spider-Man. I mean, what did they do to Mary Jane? She's meant to be beautiful. She looked like his mother. She looked about 20 years older than him. It was actually uncomfortable. I'm also kind of, and this is the thing, this is for all gaming, I'm sick of realism. I don't want realism. I don't want this focus on this heavy, weird, real, hyper realistic game world and gameplay. I want fantasy. I want escapism. And why do we live in an age where wanting to escape from the modern reality rather than have it reflected back at us in every piece of media we bloody consume? It it lingers and it stays there, and it I mean, can we just have a video game that is a video game? That is fantasy, that is pure fun, that's not socially aware, that's not thinking about offending Twitterati, that's just a video game. And for me, as a fan of Tomb Raider and the exploits and those type of fantasy, science fiction-y, conspiracy theory things that are firmly rooted in fantasy, that's what I think we need more of. Also, Lara Croft look. I know this should not matter, but Lara Croft has a very distinctive look. Good bone structure, high cheekbones, full lips, and I don't particularly like this concept for the unified timeline Lara. It also, I'm gonna say this, like, I think her face is okay, but the hair looks weird, and she's got muscle tone, but in the wrong place. So I think we can just keep things fantasy because, it's always funny in video games now. Like, all the men are really attractive, but the women look like hell. I just mean, and I know that's a controversial opinion, but realistic women, like, I can walk down to my local store and you will see attractive women. Like, what is this thing? Why are people so scared of attractive women? It just frustrates me. Part of it is tourists. Like gaming tourists, hobbyists. Oh my god, I played Mario like in on the N64 with my big brother, and now I like video games, and now I'm gonna make my entire personality about it. It's like that stupid cow that called me ugly on the internet the other few months ago over me having a negative opinion over Fable 3. Like, come on. It's not real. Did It's not real, it's fantasy. Why does everything have to be hyper realistic, hyper this, grounded in reality? I don't want that. I don't think most people do. It's why I like Japanese role players. They're weird. I love them. But and Japanese games, Asian games in general, and I finally am playing Genshin Impact, and I'm absolutely blown away that I was so put off this game for so long, and I'm so glad that I'm playing it. It's fun. But I mean, as a gamer, as someone that's been here for a long time, we do need to gatekeep the hobby. We do. It's just a thing. We need to gatekeep the hobby. We need to make sure that we only get good people involved, and I think we need to bring in people who understand, which is why the Tomb Raider collection worked. Because it was by a lot of those names on that game came from fans of the community. I'm so disappointed it didn't get physical release though. That frustrated me no end. No physical release. That was a shame. Um, but if the rumours are true, we're getting number 2. And I mean, I don't know how they're going to do number 2 though, because the HD collection. Because just putting this one out there, you have 3 games after this in the original timeline, which are Last Revelation Chronicles and Angel of Darkness. There's no real, like, expansion packs or anything. And never being a PC gamer, I've only ever played those expansion packs on emulator, so it was nice having them in glorious thing on the original collection, but there's no real expansion packs rather than level editor. So, who knows? And Angel of Darkness would need a lot of fixing, to say the least, on the subject. Just putting that one out there. So if the rumours are true, I would love to do that. But yeah, I think it frustrates me that they tend to strip characters, iconic characters, from what makes them iconic. And like I said, I want dark caves and ancient tombs and lost civilizations and ancient artifacts and giant ice mummies running from yetis in the foothills. You know, I want that. I found that's what really soured me with the Survivor trilogy, is that Lara, her lack of agency, but also it was too realistic. It took the fun out of it. Oh, I don't have any arrows. Can you just help me find some? Can you just put them in strategic places, please? I hate crafting menus. I hate them. I hate crafting in video games. I barely tolerate it in the Zelda games, in the more recent ones, and I love those, but that's done in quite an easy way. I barely tolerate it. But, I mean, it's just this weird thing to witness. Like, everything that makes Lara Lara, who is Lara Croft without being an archaeologist with two twin pistols and running around ancient tombs? Lara Croft, I've always presumed, despite being a very strong character, was always an avatar for the player's imagination, which is why, in many ways, she's a silent protagonist. Yes, she has her cutscenes and her moments, but in the gameplay, I'm not thinking about Lara Croft. In my head, I'm there. I'm enjoying these ancient tombs and wondering, what the hell would I do? Isn't this cool? And that's for me, video gaming. I know, controversial. But yeah, I think stripping characters of agency is a major problem. And we don't want her to turn into Galadriel from Rings of Power. Let's be honest. But as a gamer, I want Tomb Raider to be Tomb Raider. I think most people do. And you can take that classic formula and bring it up to date. You can. It can be done. And wouldn't it be amazing? Maybe. Well, I mean, the Tomb Raider, the Survival Trilogy, was originally going to be in the Legends timeline. So that's a whole thing. Look into the making of that, and it was more of a horror Tomb Raider, which I wish I could have played. Elements of that were in the final game, but still. So I do wonder what would happen. I don't know how they're going to do a unified timeline. I don't know how they're going to deal with the games. I don't know how they're going to do this, and I don't know how they're going to do that. But I just want ancient tombs, loneliness, isolation, fear, jump scares, and difficulty level, which actually helps. I did find the Survivor trilogy really easy, even on like hard and expert mode. Like, I just burst through those games really fast. Like, in a way I didn't expect. They were too easy, too hand-holdy, and there was never a sense of danger or peril. And in the originals, and even the Legends trilogy, there was a sense of danger and peril, and it didn't hold your hand as much. Like, a few prompts here and there don't hurt, but I'm sick of that. I want a game that feels like a complete escape from the real world, and Lara Croft should be that escape. So, I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.